Hello everybody, kia ora koutou, haere mai, and welcome back to one of my wildly sporadic ovums in this season 3 of Showy Ovaries. I am 2 nights into my season of my brand new show, The Tempestuous. Both nights I've had a standing ovation, so that's not too shit, so hooray and thank Christ. I tell you, it's an enormous birth process bringing up a new show with associated pain of it wrestling its way out of my brain. So now that that is done, I can focus on some other things, like editing together this brilliant Showy Ovaries live chat that I had with the fantastically funny, sweary, bawdy, and very unfiltered friend of mine, Justine Smith, in the 2023 New Zealand International Comedy Festival at Q Theatre about a month ago. But I'm on at the basement till July 17th. It's choose what you pay, so come on down. Then in July, I'll be in Christchurch with Promise and Promiscuity, the same in Palmy in August. And then I'm off all over New Zealand with Laurie Dungy and Jamie Burgess with Austin Found in August, September, October. And I will drop some sporadic ovaries along the way, which sounds like some sort of medical condition, but it's not. Till then, though, enjoy this exceedingly sweary, hilarious chat and watch out for any poo on your finger.
Ladies and some gentlemen, are you ready for a great time with Showy Ovaries Live? Please welcome to the stage your hostess, Bette Ashton. Hello. Hello there. Come on, make some noise. Hooray. How delightful. Look at you, enthusiastic. I love how you're all sitting at the front like good little audience members. Hello, everybody. Hello. And welcome along to Showy Ovaries Live. I am Bette Ashton, the host of Showy Ovaries. Has anybody out here actually listened to Showy Ovaries? Make some noise. Oh my God, that's good. Generally people haven't, so that's exciting. Look at that. Who is here and has no idea what Showy Ovaries is? Make some noise. Quite a few of you. Fuck you, honestly. 2 years doing this podcast, and what? No, and it's something that I started during lockdown. I was drowning in crumbs and wine bottles on my couch. All my shows have been cancelled forever. I was like, what the fuck is the point anymore? And my husband said, why don't you do that podcast you've been thinking about? And it originally started around menopause. So I've interviewed about 60 different women and some trans individuals about their menopause journeys. So I like to find out, who here is postmenopausal? Make some noise. Yeah, happy about it. Who here is perimenopausal? Make some noise. Yeah, we're all just not fucking sure, are we? That's right. And who is not menopausal at all? Make some noise. Yeah, and where are the boys? Where are the men? Where are the men? Oh, there's a few. Look there, look at that. Welcome. I'm not going to denigrate you at all. It is wonderful to have some men in this audience because you need to learn about it too. So when the women in your life go a bit fucking crazy, you will understand why. But also, I have done menopause for a long time. I'm pivoting a bit to not just be about menopause per se, but about bodies and everything about these fleshy bone bags that get us through our lives. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring out my special guest. Now, my special guest and I have worked together, I don't know, since like 1999. We've known each other, worked together. She's like, fuck, is that right? Yeah, we have since 1999. Okay, fuck it, I'll just bring her out. Justine Smith, hello, everybody, hooray! Hi. Take a seat, my dear. Take a seat. Oh. That's right. Justine Smith, if you don't know, one of New Zealand's most prolific.
Oh, sorry, I had my flap dangling out for the whole of the northwestern motorway, so it's a little bit soggy. So
you had your flap dangling out on the motorway.
Yeah,
I saw him,
and I saw a strange man gesticulating to me about it now in retrospect, and I was like, yeah, fuck you, but I'm so sorry for that.
He was actually being a good citizen.
He's trying to help.
He's probably listening to Showy Ovaries.
He probably has. I'm sorry.
That's
trying
quite
to be
all right.
kind man.
So Justine, one of New Zealand's most prolific and I was going to say common. That's not right.
Wow.
Yeah. Often gigging comic, has been in this for 30 years, I believe.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. I've got a longer introduction for you that I'll get to that at that point. So anyway, she's just really fucking fancy and has been in practically every television show you can hope to name, etc. And we have worked together for a long time.
A long time. We've been around the traps pen, you
we
and I.
We have, and we have quite a lot in common, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
I have been
weirdly
doing a poem at the beginning of all of my Showy Ovaries Live, and I'm going to do one now.
Great.
I was going to do one about like being obsessed with body and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm kind of sick of that. I'm sick of dwelling in that.
Okay, mate.
So instead... That's right. Instead, I am going to do one about my husband.
Aww.
Yeah, that's right. Some of you were there at the wedding when I did this poem, and my bridesmaid is out there tonight.
Aww.
And we actually got married in the same venue. Like
So weird.
literally a few months apart from each other.
A lot of weird parallels.
There's so many weird parallels, but this is about my husband and about the fact that my husband once said something to me that was the most beautiful thing that anyone has ever said to me, and I decided to turn that into a poem. So the first line of this poem is what he said. So beautiful. He once looked at me and said, "I will love you until we are both old and stink of piss."
Wow.
So beautiful. And so I said, "I will love you until your nasal hairs tickle the bottom of my chin when we kiss." And he said, "I will love you until we just fire the cleaner and use your breasts to polish the floor." And I said, "I will love you until your sparkling drool forms halitosis-flavored
Jesus.
pools when you snore and when you're awake." And he said, "I will love you until your surface veins knit and weave through your stretch marks, forming a blubbery, purpley, spidery tapestry." And I said, "I will love you until all the little blue pills in the world have been used up and your vascular system has atrophied." And he said, "I will love you until your liver spots your face and turns you a delicate shade of nausea." And I said, "I will love you until shepherd's pie smoothie is the only thing left that you can order."
Yum.
And he said, "I will love you until your cacophonous bowels dissolve." And so I said, "I will love you until there's nothing left of you to hold. Until you are light as a feather but sodden with love and the whole world knows all that I am proud of.
Oh.
I will love you until I can't remember who you are. Until our ukulele love songs have strummed their very last. Until we are much, much older but in no way mature. No children, just poems left to speak for us, and that is enough. For in you is love and passion and kindness, fart jokes and silly dancing and laughter that's timeless." And I said, "I won't love you until you die. I will love you until I die."
Oh.
And he said, "So will I." Thank you very much.
Aww.
That's nice, isn't
So
it?
cute.
Yeah, that's nice. So anyway, Justine, you have just completed your show in the Comedy Festival. So tell us, and you're doing Wellington next week. So tell us about how that's gone.
Massive sigh. It's been great. I've got a show I'm very proud of.
Great.
And yeah, I look forward to. I'm going to do it in Wellington next week, and then I'm definitely going to tour it because it's a show I made to tour and have, put so much work into a show, and then to do it 4 times last week because we got drowned out on Tuesday. It's a lot, months and months of work. Even though people think comics just have a blaze, have a wine, turn up, crack out some gags, there is actually work that goes into it. Okay.
Quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Also, I was on the, and it's been quite tough. I've had quite a tough financial year, and I was on the phone to a radio station promoting the show, and they went, "Oh, national treasure, Justine Smith," and I was like, "Where's this fucking treasure?" Right. I literally have $302 in my bank account right now. But yeah, no, it's been great. She's been a tough old sell this year.
Right.
For a lot of reasons. But we just keep doing what we do because we love being poor.
Yeah, well, and can you define what it is about people laughing that is such crack to us?
It's crack because you just feel like you're doing the world a service. Even after COVID, when gigs first came back and we were worried that nobody would come and it was weird social distancing at clubs and that, people were really grateful to come out and feel normal and do something. Even comedy and theatre and dance are things that survive wars. They survive because people need that, you know. And it's like crack because you make people feel better.
Yeah.
And it's also a unification. I really love it that, in this moment in the theatre, whatever happens, we all experience it together. And so it bonds people, laughter. And it's really important, especially now.
Yeah, and it always comes back very quick, like after the quakes in Christchurch. It was like it's like those weeds that come up through the cracks in the concrete. It will just keep coming out.
Absolutely.
However.
I mean, those buskers festivals we did in Christchurch just after the quakes, and we were in tents in Hagley Park, and it was magic.
It was amazing.
It was magic.
500 people just losing their shit.
Just wanting it so much,
I did a jazz dance to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
That's right, I remember.
It was
quite disturbing.
Yeah, I actually stripped
Yeah.
on stage and then did this mess. I know, thank you very much. Thank you. 5 stars. Yeah, it was, yeah. And then there was something about that, is that coming back and me coming and doing my solo shows and stuff as well. And I love it, people come up and talk to us afterwards. And,
it's a connection, and something like the Buskers Festival is great because so often in a gig, you guys leave, we go backstage, we never see each other again, But at the Buskers Festival, even though I was horrified when I first heard that you had to hold a bucket and get money, I was like, how embarrassing! But then I realised how much money goes in the bucket. I was absolutely fine with it. But
I was fine with that.
Yeah, it is really nice. Not that you want people to go, oh, thanks, you were great. But, well, you do want that.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see people and have that feedback.
Absolutely.
You'd never get it.
So, because I sell merchandise after all of my shows, so I get that the whole time.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm
See, I
always
just
there.
don't.
And I stand where they have to walk past me.
See, also, to be honest, I also actively avoid that after a gig.
Right.
I will stay in a green room till people leave.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I'm not very
Right.
nice, I suppose. Bit of a bitch.
I do love that connection. But I have a longer introduction for you now that I'm
God.
going to do. I'm going to take these glasses are... I'm short-sighted. It's that whole thing now when it's on again, off again, on again.
Do you need them for reading?
No.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm
Matt's the
like
opposite.
this with the newspaper. How old am I?
Do you know that you can read on your phone?
The other day, I described going to Countdown as going to the grocery store.
I mean, that's what you're doing.
I'm really old.
Oh, okay. Right. Justine Smith has been performing comedy since she was 26, so about 6 years. When on a dare, she tried an open mic night at Kitty O'Brien's at Victoria Park Market and described it as coming home. And it's actually where Austin Found was born, in the same room
I love
as
that.
the Drake. So
I
that
love
room
that.
above, it was the Drake then, has just birthed so much comedy. We have gigged together since 2002, and before that, when I met her, when I first arrived in Auckland, my first job was the bar manager at the Classic Comedy Bar. I was the weekend bar manager.
That's
That's
right.
how I met everybody.
That's right.
Like a Michael Smiley once got totally naked and rubbed himself against me.
Oh.
He said,
I can't believe things like that happened.
I know. This was pre the Me Too moment of awakening in comedy, which we did have. But anyway, in 2003, she beat me. Or was it 2004? No, 2003.
3.
You beat me to the Billy T. James Award, and has spent the last... Yeah, fucking bitch. No, she totally deserved it. She did very well, and has spent the last few decades establishing herself one of New Zealand's most recognisable, common, award-winning, and constantly... I just put that there. And constantly gigging comedians.
Yeah,
but it took a while.
constantly.
It took a while to gain the respect of the entire industry, which we'll get to anyway, and getting to be full-time. So along the way, she worked in many hospo jobs.
So many.
And briefly contemplated a career as a furniture upholsterer.
Oh, well, I did one upholstery course.
Yeah.
And I made a footstool, and that I didn't finish.
Right.
But then I made some matching cushions, and I still have them. They're quite
Right.
grubby.
But yet you're actually making, well, $300.
What? Shut up.
Oh, okay, good.
Listen, I've had some voice paid penny. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, good. She's been in every TV comedy show you care to name, from Taskmaster to Pulp Comedy to Have You Been Paying Attention to The Project. I am often mistaken for her and vice versa.
It's crazy.
We are both asthmatics from Christchurch with one birth parent from Australia. We bought houses that look very similar to each other in West Auckland within months of each other.
Yep.
Got married in the same venue within months of each other, but to different men. And mine refuses to go to Disneyland, which is very annoying because you love Disneyland.
Okay, so I've completely gone off Matt.
Friend of mine out here, Rob, he loves Disneyland as well.
Rob, look at my tattoo.
She's going to look.
Well, I can't fucking see it. Oh my God. I've also got that.
Look at that.
Have you been to all the Disneylands in the world? No. I have.
Right.
What? Good, very. That is a very, very good Disney answer.
Right, okay. So please give another wild, Showy Ovarian welcome to the woman who aggressively heckles the audience.
So I'm not aggressive. I am aggressive. I know I am.
Yeah, it is really... So now somebody thought that I was you...
Honestly, it's happened so often,
Yeah.
which I find completely bonkers. I was in a makeup chair at a TV show that's coming out soon, can't mention what it is. I was in a makeup chair getting my makeup done, and the producer of this TV show had been coming in and out. She wasn't the producer, assistant, whatever. She's about 12. Anyway, and she kept coming in and talking, and she's a big fan. She's a big fan. I'm, oh, thanks so much, we're chatting away. And she goes, I just loved your CV. It was so great that you sent in. I went, oh, thank you, great. She goes, why don't you put any of that Austin Found stuff in that you do? This is this year. And I said, I went, oh, because I'm not Penny Ashton. And then the look on her face, and I told Penny, I wasn't sure if she was really embarrassed that she'd done that or really disappointed that I wasn't Penny. Because she kind of went, and she was kind of mad at me for not being Penny. But luckily I was in quite a nice mood, so I made her feel okay about it. But
Right. Or I had a friend that rang me and said, can you tell my husband that it is not you who's on the television currently?
Right now.
Because he wouldn't believe that it wasn't,
God.
because it was you. So,
I kind of get it that I might be your, slightly older sister. I know there are similarities.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, I'll let you know, natural red hair for a start.
but so natural, so natural.
Both from Christchurch.
So natural.
both
The
from
curtains do
Christchurch.
not match them.
No, not at all. And that's changing colour
Well,
as well.
it's a little bit. Mine's a little bit George Clooney down there these days.
Distinguished.
Yeah, a little bit of Nespresso pods coming up.
Nespresso pods.
I'll put this down.
Yeah, maybe. Right. Okay. Anyway, so now I've got some questions. I have some questions.
For me?
I'm going to ask you about. Oh, now one thing. I came to your show. Speaking of bodily functions, one thing I thought it was good that you talked about in your show that nobody really talks about is bowel movements.
Oh, that was. See, I only did that one night. Was that the one I talked about getting poo in my finger?
No.
Oh.
You talked about the fact that you have often done a shit that was so immense that you wanted to show your husband because you were proud.
Yeah, that was only once. That was on Christmas Day, and it was a gift. Honestly, it was. Can't believe I'm talking about this again.
You're welcome.
But I hadn't been married to Dan for that long. I think now I'd go, babes, come and check this shit out. But it was we were maybe a few less years in, and I'm so sorry about this, but I just did this poo on Christmas morning.
It was the Christmas angel poo.
It was outrageous. Okay, I looked at it and went, I can't believe I made that. I almost had to stand up to, it was so bad. And I just stared at it for ages going, people deserve to see this phenomena, But in the end I got rid of it and carried on with my day, feeling 15 pounds lighter. And it's a really gross thing to say, Penny. And in the contents of an hour show of mine, it was a lot softer, rather than, sorry, I'm Justine Smith and I do huge logs. So
You just said it was a lot softer.
What?
Nothing. But just there's been a couple of times where I've been tempted to take a picture and send it to my husband as well. But he says he doesn't want to see it.
What is wrong with us? And the other thing I was talking about is about getting poo in your finger. I feel like I don't need to explain that. Is when you're having a good day and you're feeling like you're onto life and you're 54 and everything's pretty good, and then you go for a poo and you get a little bit on your finger. It's just a real leveler of of your life. Go, oh, I've got a little of my own feces on my fingernails, so better get that off. This is going weird, Penny.
Okay. No, I think it's good. I think it's important to talk about this stuff. I have a bowel condition, diverticulosis, which means...
Dan's got that.
There you go. Yeah. Who else has got diverticulosis?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
So you can't eat grains and rice and stuff?
No, you can actually. That's been debunked.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
you need to psyllium flake.
Yeah, he has Metamucil
psyllium
every
husk.
morning.
I
This
know.
is fascinating, isn't it? Our little tank's made of Metamucil.
I prefer to call it psyllium husk, even though it is Metamucil.
Metamucil makes you
everybody
sound
knows
84.
what Metamucil is.
Yeah, that's right.
I took it away with me and I snipped off the cup.
Oh, my God.
So it was just...
Honestly, eh?
I know. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about, I'm going to ask you that question I ask everybody immediately in this podcast, which is, what has your journey with your body been like through your life?
Definitely up and down.
Right.
I was quite a skinny kid, believe it or not, and I had a mum who R.I.P., bless her heart, but she really fat-shamed me heaps when I was a kid, and I remember her, because I wanted to get a tube skirts were trendy, tube skirt? Yeah. Tube skirt from Topshop, yeah. And she said, oh, you're too fat for a tube skirt, right?
Wow.
And I wasn't, and I would like a tube skirt now. No, and so I guess I've had issues, but I think as a woman in comedy, and my weight fluctuates a lot, and I've got kilos on now that I would like to not have on. But also, I kind of don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I've got a husband who loves me. I'm not on stage to be judged about how I look. You know, I'm healthy. I'm fit-ish, believe it or not. And I would like some of my cute dresses to fit again. I'll probably just chuck away the cut. Dan's quite a big dude as well. We both did keto, and I lost like 16 kgs.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, I was 113 at my heaviest, so it's pretty big. But keto can get in the bin because
as soon as you stop, right?
As soon as you stop it, it's about how much you move as well as how much you put in your mouth. Really,
Right.
by that I mean food.
I don't think you can blowjob your way to skinny.
Yeah,
But I'll give it a damn good try.
I think I'd rather be fat. So my relationship with my body is pretty fine now.
Right.
But I've had terrible comments. You know, back in the Wild West days of comedy,
Yeah.
I had some appalling shit yelled at me from the, that's.
Do you want to revisit it, or?
Well, we'll probably talk about this as well, but back then, people could say and do what they fucking wanted,
Yeah.
and I was lucky that I was quite resilient, and I always, I had the understanding when men did that to me that they're the dicks, not me, But for years and years, I never had an answer for why aren't there more women in comedy. And as the years have gone by, and especially with this Me Too revolution we had within our comedy industry 3 years ago.
I think it was longer. I
3 or
feel
4
like
years
I was
ago.
trying to figure this out, like 2018.
It was the beginning of lockdown or something?
No, it was before lockdown.
Yeah, it was,
So,
eh?
yeah.
But it's really given me perspective on why women didn't stay.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
it
we
was
didn't quite notice what was going on around
Well,
us.
I was lucky enough, like you said, I was already 26 when I started to do comedy. I'd
And I was
moved up from
28.
Christchurch. Yeah, I had worked in bars and nightclubs and shit. I was a pretty tough little independent cookie.
Yeah.
And not all of those women who came into it were that old.
Yeah, a lot of them
or
were 18 and...
Totally,
Yeah,
and it was just
someone sending them a picture of their dick.
Yeah, it was, and that was a fucking gentle thing
Yeah.
that it would happen.
Yeah.
So it was just a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my worst introduction, because I got a lot of slut shaming.
Yeah.
And because I was a bit of a slut, but so fucking what?
No,
Yeah,
mate.
But
No,
so
mate,
what?
you just like to root pen. You're
Yes,
all good.
exactly. I did. I did. That's right. Once upon a time.
I just did all that nefarious shit miles away from anybody.
Yeah. And I was like, hold on, shit where you eat. Anyway, back to shit. But I got introduced as this next act bathes in cum. Yeah. And at the time I was like, you sort of like it
Well, you
took a
can't-
decade looking back and going, that is bullshit.
But
that
also,
someone said
if
that to
you
me.
pushed back, you were gone. Your gigs would go.
And you were the bitch.
And you were just
Yeah, you were uptight.
You're a fucking bitch.
You were
yeah.
uptight. Like, and one poem, actually, I'm about to be the only poem I've ever had published in a book is about to come out. It's a performance poetry
Awesome.
Anthology. And my poem that's in there is about when I was performing at the Buskers Festival and someone yelled at me when I was on stage, lose weight, just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but I've got a poem that I love.
Yeah.
And I said to I said, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. What a, and a woman in the front row yelled out for me, what a cunt!
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Christchurch. Thank you. Standing up for one of your own, calling somebody a cunt when I didn't even ask you to. Thank you. And so then I did a poem about that, which is one of my favourites. It has the line, thanks very much, Mr. Cunty Cuntface.
Yeah.
So what, have you got any stories like
Oh,
that?
just constantly by one person.
I know who that is.
No, I can't possibly. He would constantly, if I had a good set, which I often did, and he was MC, every time after I would go on, he would go, yeah, I fucked her. Not very good in bed, though. Absolute sloppy fucking, fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
We no longer speak.
Yeah. And and some because I've
He's still
pivoted
working.
away from stand up a bit because I got sick of all of this.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and if you didn't do that well on a gig, this is this fucking terrible thing. If you're a female comedian on a gig at this point and you didn't go well, you're like, oh, I'm fulfilling the stereotype.
Yeah, because you're the only girl on.
Yeah. So because when you're a female comedian, when you walked out, it used to be like you had to prove that first of all that you weren't shit before they would think that you were good. And so we had this whole step that we had to come up before they would do that, whereas a lot of people were like, well, it's a woman, she's not going to be very funny. And then this person would come out and go, oh, thanks for killing the crowd, Penny. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So then you feel really supported by your colleagues and want to come back.
But also, that you're there on your own. That's the reason. It's different now, but like Michelle Acorn and I are really good mates, and we used to laugh, but we never saw each other at work because it was either her or me. And so while we've been on the scene a lot together, we've not been on very many lineups together.
No. Yeah,
Because
there was
it's
like one
you or
woman
me.
only.
It's the one. And so when
Especially ones that look almost identical.
Especially the same person. I have also been mistaken for Irene Pink, who is Niuean. Okay? She's Niuean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Someone
Wow.
said, "Oh, you're Justine Pink, aren't you?" I went, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we're not all one melded fucking..."
Yeah, wow. That's pretty crazy.
Fucking Michelle, Penny, Acorn, bloody... It was very confusing.
So you nearly quit a few times.
I quit seriously once.
Right. And how
when
long
I
did
was
you
working
last?
in this very theatre, making coffee downstairs.
And how long did you last?
About 6 months.
Right, and you just missed
But
the
it was
thrill
a
of
good
the,
6 months.
the thrill of the put down and the roar of the fat
No,
chicken?
it was that I realised I was absolutely shambles, not good at anything else. I went, well, fucking hell. I'll be a landscape gardener, sore back. It was at the time when I was getting ignored by 7 Days.
Yeah.
7 Days had been
We
on
were
for
both
years.
in the original advertising for 7 Days.
I
but
wasn't.
I thought you
Not
were.
even. That was Irene. You're confusing me.
Okay, I was, and I got on it
Yeah.
once, and then never again.
Me too.
Never again. Like we both were
Yeah,
in
me
this
too.
wilderness time.
And
Yeah.
so, because, Di Henwood is my best friend. And, and I just got to the stage where I was watching all those guys that I had come through with, and I believed and believe to this day I'm as good, if not better, stand-up than all of them. Sorry, I just fucking do.
No, and it's true.
And,
It's true.
thank you.
It's true.
And what a fucking arsehole thing to say.
No, it's true.
Anyway,
It's true.
and I just started to become bitter and resentful, and I went, I can't feel like that. And it was more that I felt that comedy wasn't working for me.
Right.
I didn't judge my ability. I just went, I can't pay rent. And I don't want to make coffee for all my mates performing in this theatre. It was shit,
So how did you make that change, do you think? Tenacity?
Oh, God. Tenacity is the word that I use about staying in stand-up.
Yeah.
You just have to be tenacious.
Yeah, and and that FOMO is bad. Like I get that so badly. All
Do
of that.
you?
Yeah, I really do. And I was pretty bitter about it all. I mean, like I pivoted completely away into sort of the theatre world, and
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
But that's
And-
your space.
Oh, I know, but I did enjoy, just that
I
visceral room full of laughter, and I get that from
I
theatre.
remember festivals ago, you and I bumped into you at First Scene, and you were like, oh, I can't get on the classic blah, blah. And I went, Penny, why do you want to go to that shitty little club when you are selling out beautiful theatres?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I went, come on, man, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I have
we
definitely-
do gigs here for like $100. You're like, it's not.
Exactly.
It's really badly paid.
Yeah, I do better when I sell out a theatre.
100%.
Yeah. But it's like this, it's this visceral, to be in a room and just have that immediate laughter, as I say, just from like, especially when it's improvised and stuff like that. I love all of that.
I can't do improvisation. It scares the shit
Yes,
out
you
of me.
can.
No, I can't.
Oh my God, you so can. That's what you're doing in
No.
7 Days and all that sort of, you can. So there you go. You can. Right. Yeah, exactly. You didn't know what any of this was. So like back to your body. So how was
Yeah.
like puberty and stuff with your parents, or
Oh, it was so annoying. I didn't get my period for ages.
did you really want it?
I wanted it so bad. All my other friends had it. And
Yeah.
I was like real flat chested going, come on, mate. Is that a pube? Is that a pube? No. And then...
It's an eyelash.
Now it's fucking George Clooney and his brothers. And I grew up with an older sister who's 2 years older than me, quite a shy, quiet, she's an awesome woman, but quite, and I remember when she got her period, it was quite, she was crying in the toilet and really drama, and it was, quite awful for her. And when I got my period, I got a tampon and put it where it should be. I don't know how to say that. I inserted a tampon in my own vagina.
There you go.
And and I was all like, yeah. And I ran into a lounge and I went, Mum, I'm a woman now. And she went, what? And I went, I got my period. And she was like, oh, well, quick, come into the bathroom. And Dad was going, bloody hell. And she went, do you need a pad? And I went, no, everything's fine. But what had happened is I'd got this tiny little I went, this is it. Oh my God, I've got my period, right? Oh my God. And then the next morning I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was like, Someone shot me in the vagina. Also, my mum, bless her, she was years before she'd given us the period talk, right? She didn't enjoy it. She was like a really Christian woman without the religious beliefs, just quite buttoned down. And she gave us the talk and explained it to us. And I was like, yeah, great, you get your period for a week, I understand. But I thought it was your period for a week. I didn't realise it was for every month until the rest of your fucking natural life, basically. So when I found that out, I was gobsmacked.
You thought you just got one period for a week?
Yes, I did, Penny.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it was a fucking surprise to me.
And did you ever have like problematic periods? Or
No.
so it was there?
I was pretty good. I didn't know. I just was pretty
me too.
regular, pretty
Jackie
lucky.
Clark describes hers as a very tidy period.
Yeah, mine was a
very
tidy period. I had a tidy period.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too, absolutely. So
Yeah.
so what is the menopause situations that you were experiencing?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, but none of us was told
I
anything.
kept trying to talk to my doctor about it, and she's like, oh, "You'll know," and I'm like, well, "Fuck her and hell." And then I'm like, "Am I hot? I'm hot. I'm hot." And then I go, "Are you hot?" They go, "Yeah, I'm hot." So basically,
So we're in the same position.
I can't
actually.
wait till the winter so I can go, okay, if I'm hot and everyone else is cold, is it happening?
Yeah.
So I haven't had a period for a while.
Okay.
But then this festival stressed me out so much that I had a period.
Right.
It's true, it's been stressful.
You just went.
Apparently,
Right.
yeah. Even my husband, I went, "Oh my God, I've got a period." And it was a fucking proper period. And he went, "It's a stress period." I went, "Oh, thank you, Dr. Crozier." But yeah, so I haven't had a period for a year, and then that happened.
Oh wow. Right.
But I think I've got a feeling that I'm just going to sail through it.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll be fine.
Positive mental attitude.
Yeah, because I'm a bit of a hippie like that. I will wear a patch or do whatever that if I have to.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just see what happens.
Okay.
I don't really like being on the pill, all that stuff. So
I didn't like being, because I'm epileptic and I had to take a double dose of
Yeah.
the pill, and then I was getting 2 periods, which was very shit.
Ooh,
yeah,
yuck.
yeah, exactly. So now, because you
But
are
one from each vagina.
do I need to tell you about that as well?
I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
Then I'm like, what is your husband telling you that the other one is? Anyway.
God,
I'm using
we're-
your second vagina, darling. So you are No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say your birthday vagina, but that's
Yeah.
awful. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. Is this R18?
Yeah, oh
Okay,
fuck yeah.
great,
Yeah. Which one, look, I came home from mum from school and said to her when I found out about sex, "Is it true that Dad sticks his penis in your
Ooh,
bottom?"
did you?
Yeah,
In your bottom?
Yeah, and
She was like, date night?
yeah, exactly. That's why I said on your birthday. Anyway, but now, so you are adopted.
Yes.
So, but you did manage to meet your birth mother.
I did.
And I thought this was lovely. She's your sister's mother as well.
Yeah, so it's a really, I'll try and paraphrase it really quickly.
Yes, do that.
I know. My oldest sister was born in 1966, went into the generic adoption scenario in Christchurch. Our birth mother got knocked up with me 2 years later, horrified, really worried about it. Also, she'd been treated terribly when she gave birth to my sister. They basically took Amanda out of her and out of the room and called her a slut. And she was never allowed to touch her.
Oh my God, that's so
But 2 years later, I'm in Auckland. She's in Auckland. Obviously, we're in Auckland together because I'm inside her.
I was also born in Auckland. Yeah. I was born in Auckland.
Really? National Women's?
North Shore Hospital.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. Slut shaming.
Anyway, so when my birth mother got pregnant with me, she went into a caseworker. She was devastated because it was a man and she'd been judged so badly. And she had me there and she goes, "Is there any way," this is before internet, obviously, before anything. And she was like, "Is there any way that this baby can go with my other baby?" And the guy was like, "Oh," but then made this huge effort, went through all these books, rang mum and dad down in Christchurch, and said, "We've got a little half-sister here of your daughter. Would you be interested in having her as well?" And whenever mum told the story, she'd always start crying at this point. She'd go, "Yes, of course we said yes." And then about a month later, you came down from Auckland on a plane, and then she would go, "And we certainly heard you before we ever saw you."
And long may it continue.
That's what she said. She went, "It was a real thing of things to come," I think.
That's a really beautiful.
So gorgeous.
'Cause it's
yeah.
like, there's so many horror adoption
Yeah,
stories.
absolutely.
Yeah, but then did you manage to talk to your birth mother about her menopause or anything like that?
We didn't really get the chance,
Right.
I met her in my 30s, and Amanda and I was still a secret. She went on to have, I always feel, man shouldn't be here. She went on to have 2 other daughters and with a husband, and he knew about us, but kind of didn't really want anything to do with us because he felt we were a bit of a threat to the family, even though we weren't.
Yeah.
So I had a very limited access to her. She would ring every birthday, which actually she got wrong, Bess. She would ring me on November the 6th. I couldn't have the heart to go, it's fucking tomorrow. But it was fine because I always had time to talk to her. And we would see each other maybe once or twice a year. But no, there wasn't time to deep dive into it.
And also, we didn't know that you needed to ask.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my adoptive mum, my mum, and she passed away too, so I kind of feel there is no one to ask.
Yeah. What about your sister?
Well, I think she's had a partial hysterectomy. She had 3 ectopic pregnancies.
Oof.
And never managed to have a baby, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And did you ever want a baby?
No.
Yeah. And do you want to talk about that at all?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, go.
Ow.
Yeah.
And
Ow
also,
and ooh. Yeah.
you know, like, I mean, actually,
That's very concise. I'm the same. Ow and ooh.
No,
Thank you.
it's not. I fucking love babies, and
Oh,
I'm
wow.
so
I
good
do
with
not.
babies.
I do not.
I will grab a baby,
Oh.
and I just love babies. I didn't really not want babies. I just was very fussy in terms of a partner, and so I was single for fucking years.
Yeah.
Because I was
As
mingling
was
with
I.
male comics.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, oh, just that can no. I just didn't care. I didn't mind either way. I think if I'd met somebody when I was young, I was 43 when I met Dan, and so maybe if I'd met someone younger who wanted kids, I would have. But I have absolutely no regrets.
And that's what I say as well.
I love our life.
Yeah.
I love that Dan and I and our 2 cats are a family, and we get to go to Disneyland all the fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to say that too. It's like if I'd met someone that's all they'd ever wanted, then I was open to the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not good with babies, and it's so funny. You got to visit people that have had babies.
Oh, I love
and
it.
they're always like, "Do you want to hold them?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh, mate, I'm
I
elbowing bitches out to hold that
yeah,
baby.
no, and
eh?
I'm like, oh, and then I'm sort of like,
Oh no, I just love babies.
Yeah.
Toddlers can fuck off.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody thinks that you. And I don't hate children at all. Like I've got friends, and they're like, "I know you don't want to see the kids."
I
I'm
know,
like,
it's
I want to see the
it's
children.
so boring when people do that too,
Yeah.
and they assume because you don't have your own kids, you hate kids.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit true.
Well, it's like my threshold is short.
Yes, so is
it's like
mine.
you've watched this twice. Now I need to leave, or like
Yeah.
like you've been throwing that at me for 4 minutes now.
Also,
you need to stop.
I'm quite OCD about tidiness in my house, even though it's quite full of shit, which you've seen. It's got a lot of Disney stuff. You should
a
come
lot
over.
of decoration. Yeah. Well, this is from my house. This is the sort of decoration.
We're similar in that way
In fact,
too.
Rob
eh?
helped me arrange these for our wedding. These are left over from our
Rob,
wedding, so Rob did
nice.
that, Mr. Disney.
Well, I'll take those.
No.
Um,
So you just don't want your house to be messed up by children.
Oh, I don't really care, but we have got 2 nephews, and they're like, can I play with that? I'm like, no. That's Auntie Juzzie's teddy bear. I am. No, Juzzie loves that. You can fuck off. I don't want no bogeys or shit on my teddy bear.
Absolutely.
Kids pick their nose a lot.
They do. And I know, and it's like, and cupboards are chipped and cracked.
Oh,
and
yuck.
yeah, all that sort of stuff. So now, what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, when you were
I
younger?
wanted to be a pilot.
Oh.
I know.
Been
To be fair, if
entertaining-
I got on an Air New Zealand flight to Wellington and saw me at that, I'd be like, oh no.
It would be a very entertaining tannoy situation.
really-
Am I going to crash? Just joking.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I don't know about you, but fuck, I got the munchies. Give me some bloody chips up here, bitch. I really wanted to get into performing because I wanted to be a guest on the Muppet Show. Like, no shit. To me, that was a goal to work towards.
To be like, did you have a favourite Muppet?
My favourite Muppet was Fozzie, who was a fucking stand-up
Who was a
comedian.
comedian? Look at
A terrible one too. Also, he's a bear. I'm a big bear fan.
right. Your
Yeah.
husband is quite hairy.
He is a bear, yeah.
yeah, yes.
He gets really hit on when I don't want to talk about it.
When you go to gay clubs.
Yeah, no, we don't go to gay clubs, but we stayed in a gay area in Philadelphia, and I was languishing on the bed and sent Dan out for wine, and he came back looking quite traumatised. Because he'd had some offers he wasn't expecting on the way home. It actually took about 5 hours to get home. It was walking funny.
So do you have a favourite body part?
I always been quite proud of my ears. I think I've got quite nice ears.
Yes, lovely.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Also, I've got quite a good
reason?
rack.
Good rack, yeah,
good rack.
absolutely.
Needs a good bra these days, but can still
What do you mind if I ask what bra size you are?
18 double D.
18 double D. And I used to think I was like a 14E. And then I went and got myself fitted properly at this place called Bravissimo, which is magic.
Bravissimo.
Bravissimo
Fuck,
in the UK.
I love a pun name.
Yeah, as do I.
I'm happy with West Auckland Motown, the lawnmowers. I think that's fucking great.
You are easily pleased.
I am.
Yeah, there we go. Well, there's a place out west that sells rugs and mats.
Matt's incredible.
Matt's incredible! So my husband, who's
Newland.
Matt, yeah, he's standing at the front of it going like this with
hilarious.
Matt's incredible. Yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
I got myself, and I'm actually a 10 double G.
See, and this is what is amazing when people yell out like that Penny's big.
Jesus.
Penny is fucking tiny with big knockers like Bette Midler.
Yeah, and we both love Bette Midler.
Oh
We
my
fight
God.
over her. It's like
She's my mother.
She's mine.
She's mine.
She's my godmother.
She's my
And-
actual mother.
Oh, okay,
I
good.
came out of her.
I have a little thing I've made. It's like
Oh,
a
it's
saint.
gorgeous.
Yeah, and it says Saint Bette. We both love her very much. Yeah, double G, which is like, good God, check out the tits on that
Can
one.
you get bras in like farmers?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
now. It's better. And it used to be that, like, and this was in my diary. My diary is pretty heartbreaking from when I was 16 and
Oh,
stuff.
is
Because,
it?
yeah, it's because that's when I started taking this epilepsy medication that made me hungry.
Yeah.
Which meant that I put on weight for 16 years, but didn't know that that's why it was, because no one had told me that it could make you hungry. So, yeah, and at 16, it's a very traumatizing time. Like, I went to, do you remember that place in Christchurch called Pants for Pants?
Pants for pants.
Pants
yes,
for pants.
Yes, I do, Penny.
Yes, Pants for Pants. Somebody over there heard Pants for Pants in Christchurch, and I tried on these jeans. It's a nightmare for me to buy jeans. Jeans buying is a fucking
Why?
nightmare.
I hate
just
jeans.
the shape.
I
But anyways,
hate I've got a phobia about denim. I don't own jeans. I cannot stand denim.
Really?
It's weird, eh?
Oh, that is weird.
One of my traumatizing memories of my best friend pushing me on a denim couch.
A denim couch?
Yeah, and it looked like a pair of pants. You can buy bags that are made of the bum of jeans. Get the fuck out.
But I was in there and I tried on these pants and they were a bit tight, and I said, "Can I the next size up, please?" And they said they don't make the next size up. When I was 16. So
Yeah,
it
that's like
it gets in.
that's like when I met Karen Walker at a conference and we got on really well. And she goes, "I'll send you some stuff." And I went, "Well, you won't be sending me any clothes because you're 18 as a fucking 12."
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
some
yeah.
free sunnies, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I was looking at, like, in my diary, it's like, oh, we went and bought 4 Playtex Cross Your Heart bras.
Amazing.
I fucking hate them. I managed to, and they had like 4 hooks at the back.
Oh, they're so ugly.
I
eh?
know, and then these straps that were like
So
backpack
ugly.
straps. Which basically they were, let's be honest. Yeah, and so
Honest-
then to find when people have started making bras that are actually pretty.
I
was
do a
huge.
bit in my stand-up about how I don't know why when you go to buy a bra, like in Farmers, they have them on like a bra tree, right?
Yeah.
And you go over, you go, "Oh, that's a nice bra," and you go up there, "Oh, 10A." And then, you know, you're rifling down for your size.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, where the fuck is it? You know, also they shouldn't put the big ones, because big boob, we could topple over. You're like,
That's so true. And there's hardly, so actually, I could buy them in Farmers, but they're very infrequently my size.
Right.
Because there's like 10 double G.
It's
They're like,
quite-
what the fuck? No one's
yeah,
that
but it's
size.
small body, big boobs.
Yeah,
It's quite, so
small
I've got basically, all right.
We're all looking at your tits now.
Proportionate.
There we go. Right, and so do you have a body part you don't particularly love?
Yeah, lots of it probably.
Right, okay.
Well, you know, my ass is quite big. My husband loves it though.
Good.
You know, I don't like my belly that I've got. I was always curvy, but I didn't really have a belly. Now I've got a little bit of a belly. But, you know, I honestly have to say, at 54, as long as it can walk me to a bar, as long as it can fucking haul me around Disneyland for hours, I'm pretty happy with it.
I
You
think
know,
that
like,
deserves a round of applause.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should cut that question out. Let's just celebrate the shit that you like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good to say, you know, it's fine. I don't like my thighs much. I wouldn't wear, like, I would wear, when I swim, I wear board shorts, you know, because I feel like I've got flabby thighs.
I wear a bikini.
Well, that's because you're hot.
No, it's just like, because if you have massive knockers, like a one piece, it's sort of like...
For sure, yeah.
It's the most...
I know,
unattractive-
it makes it look like a shelf of boob. eh? Like it's
yeah. I mean, like, I
yeah.
can, if I don't have a bra on, I can tuck them into my underpants.
You cannot. You
I
cannot.
mean, I'm sort of going like this, but my husband likes it.
He does it. He does it. You know what, Penny? He doesn't like
He
it.
says that he does.
God. He's traumatised.
He's traumatized, right? Okay, cool. So, do you think about aging at all?
I think about mortality,
Oh, right.
I think about the time I've got left,
Okay.
like maybe 25 more trips to Disneyland.
I love that. Your life expectancy is in Disneyland trips.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
I have started to think about that. I've got a couple of mates who aren't well, who won't get old. And so that also has been really sobering for me in terms of being grateful for not having fucking cancer, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it really, and
it's a fucking check. And so you go, well, I might have a fat ass, but I'll be here in 5 years, fingers crossed. You know?
Absolutely. Because one thing, it's also about being in the public eye, like, we have photo shoots and on TV and stuff like that. So do you think about how you're portrayed on that, or do you just don't give a fuck?
I had this woman, Christchurch being our hometown, and I was down there, I think, on a 7 days tour a couple of years ago, and this woman about my age came up to me, which they often do, and she goes, "Oh, we just love seeing you on the project, women our age," and it started off nice. And she, wait for it, fucking brace yourselves, what people say to you. And she goes, "Oh, it's great, you're on a lot of TV, it's great, and how old are you?" And I'm 54. She goes, "Yeah, it's so brave, and you've obviously had no work done." So she's dead now.
I know, it's amazing what people will say to you.
I think also they feel like, they see, especially me on stage, being quite ballsy and, a bit potty mouth and tough guy, that people think they can say anything they want to me. And it's like, you can't. Like,
I know, because we still do. And it's things like, I was talking about this with Eilish Moran, who's my current podcast, who was in Sense and Sensibility in Christchurch at the Court Theatre, about, because do you get many acting auditions?
Some.
Yeah, I don't get very many, but this description that I had for this part was not attractive, or attractive in a typically obvious way, possibly overweight, possibly not, but with a sense of home comfort about her.
I think I've had that audition.
And I was just like, was that one with I think Jackie Van Beek got the part.
Oh, fuck
who's
it
so
hell.
typically unattractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like an older woman with a doll.
Fuck
But
it
I was
hell.
just like, wow. And,
Yeah.
maybe send that to the agent and then go, maybe don't pass that on.
Yeah, maybe just give a slightly different version to the actor.
To the actual actor, because my agent went, I know just the woman.
I know. I'm a
not
fat
typically
old sad
attractive.
bag of boots in the fuck. So bad.
Yeah, and I have a lot of people come up to me and say, oh, you're a lot shorter, or I thought you were skinnier just all this sort of stuff as well.
I got that. I got that. That I look fatter on TV than I am in real life.
Yeah, thanks very much. I know, people forget that people in the public eye are real people.
I know. And also on TV, mostly you can just see half of me. So fuck you. Come and see my fat ass. I'm sitting on it.
So have you looked into menopause for future things? Have you got any strategies in place or anything like that? Nah.
Not really.
Just see what happens.
I'm just going to see what happens and try and write it out naturally.
Right, okay.
And if it's just a bit of hot and cold, then I'll deal with it. Because I think I do get hot flushes.
Right.
I
think you'll know. Who's had hot flushes? And are they...
It's different. For me, it's quite prickly and my head sweats. Yeah. It's so
Does
attractive.
anybody want to describe a hot flash for us?
Well, it definitely could never wear a turtleneck.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You can't just rip off.
Anything that
Sure.
you just can't rip off, so you just get naked almost. Yeah, take all your clothes off. Right, okay. Okay.
Maybe that's why women 50 and over wear a lot of sleeveless black puffer vests.
There is a lot of sleeveless puffer vests.
It's like a uniform for women
it
over
is.
50.
Absolutely, yeah.
Easy on, easy off. Warm torso, free arms.
So now, do you have a fun fact about your life, Justine?
I do.
Smith?
My fun fact is that I have a diploma in photography and filmmaking.
Oh.
And also my other fun fact is that I've never been fishing and I've never mown a lawn.
Oh my! I have never mown a lawn either. We are fucking the same person.
I know.
That's hilarious. I was like, I'm not into, gender segregation at all, but Matthew does the barbecue and he doesn't mow the lawn either. We get it paid to be done.
Oh my God, we are the same people. I know.
I cook indoors, but outdoors I don't want to know.
Oh, I don't cook anywhere. But it's been great because Dan's a good cook. I've just gently backed out of ever cooking. It's just suddenly it's always his turn. I don't want to deprive him of the experience of creating, okay?
Yeah, that's very fair, absolutely.
Sure, he works all day and I'm lying around, he comes home and cooks dinner. Look, you may judge me for that.
I don't lie around. I get up sometimes. So do you have an exit strategy from comedy or from life? No, like that. Like, I mean, like, is this what you're going to do, do you think, until you're dragged off the stage?
Oh, God,
with
no.
a crook?
I was talking to another old fart, Andrew Clay. I did a gig with him last night. And I said, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 60. And he goes, well, you better fucking think of something else then. Because we're the same age. He's a month older than I am. And we always laugh about...
That is only 6 years away.
Yeah, but I mean, full respect to everyone who does, but I think I'll just try and sift off into some kind of writing, TV, radio. I don't know. It's really hard to say because I still love it, but I don't want to get sick of it.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to do it until I'm not good at it.
Right.
Like I want to stop when I'm really good.
Well, I don't see that happening personally. And I mean, fuck, I'd love to come and see you do a show when you're 70.
Oh, would you?
Yes, I would. Would we not? Would we not? There you go.
I got another tattoo on my tit.
Well,
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, that's great.
And it's just so great, isn't it, that there's so many more women now doing stand-up.
Oh, such a relief.
Yeah,
It's such a relief.
People would start and they would be getting sent pictures of dicks and be hit on and and all this sort of stuff, and so then they would leave. But now, I think there's never going to be a perfect world, but
It's much better.
it's so much better.
It's so much better.
It's so
and,
much better.
You know, also now I'm like, if I see a lineup with one woman, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, onto it. I'm like, why did they book just one woman?
Yeah, and it feels like the gatekeepers are a little more have seen a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and also
It's a WIP, Penny. It's a work in progress.
yes, indeed. And some people have just gone off and done their own thing. It's like Rose Matafeo.
Oh my God.
She went down to the basement to start her, and now she's about to. You see, she's hosting Taskmaster.
Oh my God,
she's gonna host
amazing.
Taskmaster Junior.
In a really non-patronising way, I'm so fucking proud of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mel Bracewell and all those women.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I sift off into the sunset, it's in really fucking good hands.
Yeah.
I do feel like that.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, is there anything that you would like to plug at all to these lovely people?
What's happening? I don't know. I've just had my show. None of you came. That's fine. It was fucking good. So sucks to be.
It was good. I saw it. It
Thank
was very
you.
good. Right. Okay. Well, I've got some things to plug. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming out.
Especially in this weather, you legends. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Round of applause for yourselves. Thank you very much. This is only the third Showy Ovaries live I've done, and I just love the fact that people want to come and see us talk about this. And I'm just all about expelling the shame that we have imbued into us to women's bodies, and especially in comedy. It's really fucking great that we are two old broads who just brazened it out in our own, because there's not many of us left now.
Well, it's weird too, because, I get a lot of people going, oh, like, you're the grandeur. I'm like, it's only because I fucking stuck around.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really, I don't feel like
You are quite good. Stop that.
Yeah, but I don't feel like, that people go, you're a real role model. Well, it's only because I didn't leave.
Well, it's just because we were like, you know what? I mean, for me, it was a sense of, I am actually good at this.
Yeah, me too.
So you can all go fuck yourselves.
It's really funny. Dan and I were watching some dating show, and people have such low self-esteem, which is terrible. And I looked over at Dan and went, I think my self-esteem's a bit too high.
Yeah. No, I've felt like that too sometimes watching those things. Why have you put yourself in for this?
Yeah.
Why have you put yourself through
I
this?
know, and it's like so insecure. People, I'm taking up too much space in the world. I'm like, fucking get out of my way, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I think, exactly. That's why I was like, fuck this. I'm going to write my own shows and put myself on and produce myself.
Totally, Penny.
Nobody pays me to do Showy Ovaries,
That's
but here
right.
we are. Yeah, exactly. So yes, there's the lesson.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it if you think you're good enough. If people, because if we hadn't had laughs, if we hadn't had good reviews, we would have stopped. But when you know that you are good at something and you are validated in that through other people as well, then just keep going.
Totally, 100%.
Yeah, just keep going.
And
Yeah.
don't listen to the outside noise.
Yeah, and that inside FOMO bitterness can really take over me, so I need to just try and let that go, because I'm doing all right.
It's really good to get a real handle on that, and that's something I try to say to a lot of the young women. And it's all very well going for awards and competitions like the Billy and the Fred and whatever, but it doesn't mean fucking anything. It's about every day, and you said tenacity, and that is the word I use.
Yeah.
It's about, there are two things you have to do to be a good comic, is do your own material and do the right time you're allocated.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and so many people don't do that. Oh, there's a light.
We're going over.
Yeah, we did. I started 5 minutes late, but
Yeah, we
that's fine. I am going to say that I have got a show coming up. I've
Yay.
been talking about my theatre. I'm doing a show. It's just like this. It's a Shakespeare show. It's called The Tempestuous, and there will be a lot of rude jokes about swords and things like that. And that's at the Basement. And it's from the 13th of June to the 17th, and it's pay what you choose.
Oh.
So you can choose anything from $8 to $100 and come along and see it. And it's great. So it's like theatre socialism.
Is it
the
just you?
basement's- Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah, great.
And the music's all done by Robbie Ellis, who's currently living in Chicago. So that's all been
Is
done
he?
by... He's been there for 10 years.
Has he?
Yes, he has. So there's been a lot of emailing backwards and forwards and like sound files to get the music done. But also then I am doing Promise and Promiscuity, which is my Jane Austen solo. I'm doing that in Christchurch.
Not me.
in
It's
July.
Penny doing that.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I'm not doing
her.
that. It's Penny who
And
does
Palmerston North as well in August. And we're doing Austen Found, which started 15 years ago, which is our Jane Austen improvised musical.
Yeah.
Laurie Dungy and myself and Jamie Burgess, who's a great muso coming over from Melbourne. And we're doing like a 3-month tour with Arts on Tour, August, September.
Jeez, I feel like a
October.
fucking underachiever. I'm on the project a couple of weeks.
I know. And this is it. And like, I'm doing quite well, but I'm like, why haven't I got that yet?
Yes.
I should just shut the fuck up.
Yes.
But anyway, can we have a massive round of applause for Pete, our technician?
Thank you, Pete.
Haley, our
Thank you, Pete.
venue technician.
Thank you,
Everybody at Comedy Festival. And I didn't tell you, want to play that music again, please, Pete? Have you got that lined up? Have I done that? No, he's like, what?
What's happening?
I was going to get him to play the intro as the outro, but he hadn't had that prepared. Are you good to go?
What's happening?
No. Dum bum 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 bum.
We're going.
Yeah, we go. There we go. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you
We're
very
clapping
much.
out of time.
Cheers.
Oh, no, I haven't got the right bra. I haven't got the right bra. I'm not doing it. Thank you. Mwah.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.